Hello, this is Miss Jill Louise Starr. I'm here with my friend Kenneth Folk, who's a patriotic American. Say hi, Ken.
Hey, how you doing?
Now, he used to live down the street from the New York City terrace, a few blocks. We're going to retrace the steps. I'm going to ask him questions. I told him to be as honest as possible. What doesn't come out in the water always comes out in the wash. I have an international legal copyright contract that I've offered and is in written legal agreement between provisional owners BBC World Service, Darko Trifunovic, the government of Serbia, Michael J. Kelly, if he accepts, Esquire on Hammock, Turnpike in Wayne, New Jersey, myself, and Mr. Folks. So we have 5 owners. Anyone altering, using this, reposting it from where it will remain on YouTube without permission in any way will be prosecuted to the fullest extent of international national copyright laws. The only exception is the Patriot Act, which covers all forms of terrorism in the United States of America and elsewhere. Now, that I've said that, my friend is going to take us on a tour, and we're going to retrace the terrorist steps, his possible contacts, where my friend has seen them. I'm going to ask him questions. He has told me he's going to be as honest. I said, either give me I don't know, yes, no, I don't feel comfortable, or no comment, whatever he feels like, because I've checked his story out. I'm an international terrorist investigator. I've written several books with Darko Trifunovic on the anti-terrorist squad and former diplomat of the Bosnian mission, first secretary, and I believe his story is correct. And I not only say that because after the terrorist attack, we were driving around, and I was talking about it, and I did not ask for the subject. He said, by the way, did you know, Jill, I lived 2 blocks down 5 years ago, and he went undetected. Bells went off, and I started asking him more questions. I believe as an international honor student, inducted into the International Sociological Honor Society, part publisher and investigator of terrorism in New York City with Darko Trifunovic, and a criminologist, a sociologist, that his story is true from his body language, by what he's telling me. I've heard it for months now, and I'm not going to wait any longer. He is the key. I'm not taking credit for this. If it wasn't for his moral, patriotic duty and putting his life on the line, because I told him we could get shot any time, even though we're being watched by any Al-Qaeda terrorist at this point, because they'll kill themselves and kill us. They know Darko, and they tried to kill him and his wife, that we are going to do this as patriotic Americans, even though sometimes we're angry because we don't go paid, and we expect you for this, or may stop here, but we're going to continue now. All right, Ken, my friend here. Now we're going to start where we're starting. Where you lived?
Well, I used to live right here.
I have to record. It's not your face, but I just got to get your voice close to the phone.
I used to live here, right here in the corner of George and Getty.
Go ahead.
And
is that your building right there, the brick one?
Yes.
All right, let's go over there and take a better look. Yeah. Now this has an identifying number on it, so the terrorists could have even used this house. Let's go down to where you were living first. Now you said you saw him. If you want me to stop, just tell me. This is the corner of where?
George and Getty.
George and Getty. Now, this is the building where you actually lived how many years ago?
Yeah, 5 years ago.
All right, stop a second. I'm going to get a good view. Let's get a good... You take a good view of it.
Yeah.
I want you to upload this and get credit. 323 Getty Avenue. Now, this is how many blocks from the house you're going to show me where you lived
2 or 3.
And you actually saw them at this place?
Yeah.
All right, so this is where you were living. Now, how many years did you live here at 138?
I lived here 1 year. I lived here 1 year.
On subsidized housing, right?
Yes.
What year was that? That you remember?
It was 5 years ago, so that would be 2013.
And when did you said you saw this terrorist casually. When did you first see him? You didn't know he was terrorist until after the attacks, but when did you first see him or notice him in front of the mosque? Or did you?
I first saw him congregating at the mosque.
the same mosque where he told me to go at Genesee,
Yes.
and I believe him because the PLL terrorists glorifying Arafat that poisoned me and robbed me at that building where YouTube removed, they said they wanted me to make bombs with them because my father was a CIA nuclear physicist. He makes missiles, and he worked for Charles T. Main in Boston, and he makes $15 million power plants. They said they wanted to pay me, and they'd do anything if I'd make bombs with them to blow up, quote, as much as America as humanly possible, Patterson, New Jersey, because of the way the PLO, the radicals on the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and Israel were treating them and violating their human rights. It's to blow this whole place up and everybody in it as soon as possible. While I sit at home with nothing to do, this group bomb making activities and Al-Qaeda terrorists within 1.5 miles of my goddamn subsidized housing apartment. Take that. Now we're walking. Where are we walking towards? We're walking towards its Knickerbocker. Now I want you to tell me how many blocks away from this. What was that street? George and Getty, that's where I was the other day, towards where the terrorist house. How many blocks do we have to go where he was living 5 years ago undetected?
I would say about.
He's talking to the phone.
I would say about 3 or 4 blocks.
And where did you first notice this terrorist?
I first noticed him when he was standing in front of the mosque.
The mosque.
I remember his face.
And you remembered that. I know that you did because we were in the car and I was talking about all these terrorists. And I didn't bribe you, I didn't threaten you, I didn't give you money, I didn't do anything. And you said, did you know he lived right down here all these years?
Yeah. I actually work for a Muslim that serves at this mosque. So I saw him talking to him. My boss's name is Tony, and he's a Muslim, and he always comes serves at this mosque too.
You're going to be a billionaire. I'm not joking. I swear you can. Get ready to move. All right, now where are we now? So he actually, if he went to the mosque, if you eyewitness identified him 4 years ago and detective at this mosque, he probably went to this store. Where was your opinion? I want to hear your opinion where he went.
I don't know if he went to this store, but I saw him going to the stores on Main Street.
All right, we're going to check those out. Now, my friend deserves it more than I do, or as equally as I do, for doing this, because I told him his life was on the line here. Now we're going to go over here. I'm going to ask someone if they know anything. Excuse me? My name is Jill Starr. I'm an international United Nations terrorist investigator. The terrorist from New York lived within 2 blocks of this house, we found out. We want to know if you know anything about it. I don't expect anyone to, but if you do, there's right down the street some people said they wanted me to help them make bombs to blow up this area. That means all our lives are on the line. If you know anything, please tell me. You've got it, or we're all going to die together. These people are making bombs right down the street. I swear it's true. I'm not lying to you. Okay. Thank you. All right, so Kenny and I are going to continue. Either those people don't feel comfortable talking, or they probably don't know, or whatever. But I'm suspicious of every single one here. How many years ago was this, Ken?
5 years ago.
And you saw him about... Don't answer this. This is more important. Put it. That can wait. This can't. That's what I do to Arnold, because I don't interrupt it. They can wait. All right, now we've walked 1 block towards Clifton, and we come to another possible location where the terrorists might have bought something here. How many blocks are we from where this apartment building is, where he used to live on Genesee, Ken?
Say.
Wait, I'm going to get your phone. Hold your phone up to get...
I would say about 2 blocks.
All right, let me make sure I get this. I'm going to stop. I'm going to start another.